Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay. What's up, guys? So this is my first live stream for YouTube, and I assume I'm doing this right. Very new to this stuff with the whole StreamYard thing. Didn't tell anybody about this, so just gonna run with it and not gonna take too long here, but really wanted to just test out this setup because we've got some. Oh man, we got people in the chat already. I just saw this. Hi, Alea. What's up, brother? Hello, Max. Comics for All People. How am I coming in? You guys are. I'm totally new to this, being on this side of things. Joker, what's up, brother? Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Wanted to do a quick unboxing, and wasn't really sure if anybody was gonna like see this or jump on. So I appreciate you guys just swinging by. I bought something recently from Elite Comics over on Instagram. My first time buying from those guys, and I know they do a lot of live Instagram auctions and sales and things like that. So what's up, Backseat? Backseat, look at me, man. Never thought I'd be on this side of things with live on YouTube, man. Comics for All People, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. It's a little messy right now. You guys can't see the mess on the floor, but it's certainly coming along. So yeah, let me grab the box here. All right, so yeah, I bought a slab from Elite Comics over on Instagram. If you guys are familiar, what's up, North Garden? Good to see you. And so I wanted to just open it up, and I mean the real this was just to give me an excuse, but I really wanted to just test out the. Bexy says hi, Lindsay. Wanted to test out the setup, so seems like I'm coming in clear to you guys. I feel like my camera is okay. We just bought a new camera to attach to the laptop, so it seems like it's coming in a little bit better. So anyways, yeah, just want to open this up really quick. If anybody doesn't know, Instagram at 2 o'clock Eastern time, I'm going to be interviewing Highlight Comic Bro on my Instagram. On my Instagram platform, I guess you call it, the IG Live. So if you guys are around, you should swing by for that. It's a new show, new concept that I've been putting together. It's called Comic Collector Origins. So yeah, we're going to be talking to Highlight Comic Bros and getting to know his origin and his history with comics, how he got into collecting comics, what was his origin story, and kind of his first appearance with comic books. I really like the idea of this. And it's really just to interview the community one by one. So trying to just he's my second guest, so it's really cool. Samuel David, what's up? And then yeah, later I'm going to do some things. We have some stuff set up. I have some stuff set up coming up with John's Comics with Kids. Am I seeing all the comments? Is John in here? I didn't see his name. Oh, I did. Oh, I missed it. Look at that, man. I got to stay up on this stuff. Oh, I didn't see Lindsay wave before. What's up, John? So yeah, man, I gotta stay up on the chat stuff. So yeah, guys, very first one. Thank you guys for hanging out. This is really cool. I wasn't sure. I thought I was gonna be like Steven Glansberg, just chilling out by myself. So I appreciate you guys kind of chiming in here. And Nemo in here. What's up, Nemo? All right, so here's what I got. Like I said, this was from actually this is not. This might have come from them. Maybe they were the ones that gave this or made a deal with Elite Comics, and this is We Buy Comics, Lone Star Comics. I've seen. Oh yeah, my comic shop. Okay, I've seen them before. So I bought this through Elite Comics. I know that they like help other vendors and other people sell their books. I think they like take a percentage or something like that. So that is what. So I got this through Elite. So I'm gonna open this up here. So yeah, Nemo, good to see you, brother. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat here a little bit. North Garden says, sadly, I'll miss the live stream with Hialeah, but we'll for sure catch the replay. Yeah, man, absolutely, guys. If I know. Here's the thing with the Instagram stuff, right? So I live on Instagram. But I've certainly been diving more into YouTube and the YouTube community. And while some of it kind of meshes and YouTube is on Instagram, Instagram's on YouTube, I certainly see that not everybody is connected in that sense. So my thought process was, because I kind of live on Instagram, and YouTube is a little newer to me, I figure I would do my show, my Comic Collector Origins show, focused on Instagram, but certainly could be interviewing those who are mixed between YouTube and Instagram. And my goal is to just kind of introduce people to one another and get more names out there, get to know a little bit more of a background of somebody maybe you've talked to on Instagram, but you've never really gotten to know, or vice versa on YouTube. So I think it's just a cool platform to be able to get to know people like that. So yeah, I mean, if you, I get that. I mean, Instagram is probably a little more challenging to catch when going live as opposed to YouTube. I mean, I love how YouTube really, like, the notifications go out to everybody. Instagram's not as consistent with that. Doesn't let everybody know in that sense. Unless they have like the bell turned on or whatever. So it is a little more challenging to get eyes on that. But I mean, like I said, I live on Instagram, so I certainly didn't want to jump away from that platform when it came to like the video stuff, and I love the live engagement and things like that, kind of like what I'm doing here. So definitely going to do more on this platform. As I was mentioning a little bit earlier, John and I have a project that we're working on of a new concept, a new show that's coming up that has to do with X-Men. So we'll be sharing that as we put that together. Really excited. But anyway, so yeah, let me just show the book here. I'm sure that's what you guys are kind of hanging out for. And that's awesome, man. Wow, 9 people in the chat. That's really cool. All right, so got this for a really good deal. And it was just a little under fair market value. I feel like a book like this is, I mean, I had to jump on it with the opportunity. I have on Instagram, I have the little notifications set on Elite Comics. Just because they're putting up so many deals, and occasionally there's a really good one. I would say, some of their stuff is mixed in terms of the pricing and things that they put up. And I know it's not a lot of that stuff. They don't determine the price. I know it's a lot of it's just them selling for other vendors and other people. And I know they have a store, or I know they sell their own stuff too. But so it's not to knock them on anything. But I do like to have their notifications on, because anytime I can see anything like that, or come up with a deal or just a good deal, I try to jump on it. So this was really good to get, and I'll actually take it out of the bag here too. This is X-Men related, of course, right? So I got this in a 9.6. It's a little bit of a glare. X-Men 266. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with this one. First Gambit, although some will argue otherwise, but certainly wanted to have this. I have the X-Men Annual 14 that a lot of people talk about, but just wasn't the same. This is definitely the key book for me to want to have. So very cool to have this. Joker saying, great to have you in the YouTube community. I appreciate that, man. I really do. I really appreciate it. And Joker's been killing it, man. You guys with your live streams and auctions, shout out to you guys. I mean, you guys are definitely bringing the people together and putting up some awesome deals. I love that. Man, catching up on the chat here a little bit. Let's see. Baxi says, when Elite Comics is selling for themselves, the prices tend to be hard to beat. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And I love what they're doing too. Elite Comics on their stream is helping vendors out, helping stores out, local shops that have been affected by the pandemic and have been struggling with sales and things like that. It's a really cool way for them to kind of, they're getting their names out there, and they're using the platform in a really cool way. And I know they do some other services that I haven't really explored yet in terms of pressing and things like that. But I've heard they just put out amazing quality, great customer service. So when I bought this, the communication was excellent. And like I said, this was through another person through them. So I wasn't talking to the seller directly, but just in terms of following up with them and getting the tracking information, they were very, very smooth with all that, and didn't leave me hanging in any way. So it was really nice. Joker 96, sweet. Thank you, man. North Garden, it may be technically be the first, but I love this cover so much. Yeah, I mean, so I know there's a lot of like talk about this, Gambit, whether it's his first now or not with the annual, but I try to, I don't really, I mean, ideally if you can own both, own both. I think that would be the best way to go. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, this is clearly the runner, the head, the first, or what the market decides as kind of being the first. Again, it all depends how you define it, and that's a discussion that can go on forever, I'm sure. To each their own. It's a nice slab, one of my favorites. Comic for all people says that's awesome. Let's see, backseat helps follow along if you click on the comment in stream. Oh yeah, so yeah, forgot that. Yo, I'm totally new to this stuff, guys. So this is so cool. Like seeing this up there, I forgot that was like an option that you can go through and just like select this stuff. So I've never seen like the back end of StreamYard before. So this is definitely unique too. And there's a lot of things that I don't know what all things do, but I always hear people saying like, if you want to jump on, I'll drop the link. And, I mean, I've been on other people's StreamYards and I know that they email me a link usually or something and I can jump on as like a guest. I see all these different layouts, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so good call, Backseat, on the clicking the link. Total noob here with that stuff. But I like that. And I know for sure that takes practice for sure. I know it means a lot to me when people put mine up there. So it is a really nice way to kind of compliment the chat and highlight, what people are saying and give kudos. That's a great pickup. I only own both because I happened to buy them when they came out. Otherwise, I'd never have them. Yeah, man. I mean, these books have definitely gone up over time, especially the 266. And I know a lot of people are starting to jump on board with the annual 14. So, it's definitely good to own if you already have it. I saw this for a little under fair market price, fair market value. So that's why I jumped on it. It was a completely fair deal, and shipping was included, which was the other big thing. And I've talked a little bit about this before. I like buying on Instagram, especially from sellers that I know and trust. There's so many benefits to it. Obviously, when you know somebody, you're keeping it within the community and it's people that you trust and they have a reputable name. So you know that they're not going to screw you over, or you hope they don't. But even that, the community can kind of police themselves when it comes to this stuff. But I've heard some terrible things on eBay. Don't get me wrong. I buy things occasionally on eBay. If I find a quote unquote deal, I will pull the trigger. But ultimately, I try to stay away from eBay. Obviously, the fees and the taxes and all that other extra stuff can add up. And when it might look like a deal at first, and then it ends up being like you break even with whatever the book was really worth. And with all the taxes and stuff, and then sometimes shipping and all that other extra stuff. So I mean, shipping's everywhere, but in terms of the fees and stuff, that's why I'm not, and also you're buying from strangers. I've seen some awful packaging before, some awful communication before with people. I've seen people give negative reviews for silly things, all this, kind of dramatic stuff. So, anyways, let me continue jumping on here. You're doing a solid job. Thank you. I appreciate it. Back to you. Thank you guys for hanging out, man. 10 people in the chat is awesome. I really did not expect this. Next up, banners. Yo, oh man, bro. I hope you're ready. We're going live in an hour, less than an hour, man. That's so funny. Yeah, man. The banners. Some good stuff right there. Comics for all people. So you're an X-Men fan. Oh man, absolutely. And I will say, certainly a new X-Men fan. I will admit, definitely had nothing to do with X-Men. Never really looked into them before up until the beginning of March, maybe the end of February, where I decided to just randomly dive into Claremont and started reading Giant Size X-Men 1 and issue 94, and just read straight through issue 143, and I just became hooked, completely obsessed with X-Men throughout that run. And I just finished 143 maybe a month ago. So I mean, for a solid 2 months straight, all I was reading was Claremont, and I loved every single moment, every panel, and everything from Cockrum to John Byrne and Terry Austin. Like, that stuff's just magic, man. And it really changed the way I look at X-Men and the way that I kind of view the story arcs and things I never knew about them. Like, I knew general stuff, right? I knew things that I knew from the movies and from the 90s cartoon TV show, things like that. But I never really explored them otherwise, certainly not in comics. And I've heard nothing but amazing things on Claremont. So I had jump into that, and that was. Yeah, man. I mean, it changed my whole view on comic books, and so I've since then been obsessed with X-Men, and they've become one of my favorites. I mean, I'm a Daredevil guy, I'm a Captain America guy, but X-Men has certainly jumped right up there with those two, and so it's been really cool. Let's see, what's up, Max? Definitely saving my 10 copies. Good price right now before it goes up. Man, 10 copies. My goodness. Yeah, man, that is a great investment. You grab these. I assume you grabbed them at a good price. That's a very good investment, man. I mean, look, it's Gambit, right? It's something. When something hits the fan, and we hear Gambit's name or we see him on the big screen, it's just going to be all out. So definitely wanted to grab this when I could. So yeah. Again, for the price, ideally, I would still like to get a 9.8. And I blame the boy who has 7 because I don't know if you guys seen his collection of 9.8s. Man, it's been amazing, and it kind of just makes me rethink sometimes. Like, what, man, I need to get some 9.8s here, man. Step up my game. So again, this was just a good opportunity. I could see myself upgrading at some point, maybe even going with the newsstand over here. I am a newsstand guy, so. Let's see, the best place to get books is on YouTube for me. Yeah, no, I mean, certainly that's another platform. So I shouldn't even just say Instagram when I'm comparing to eBay, but even YouTube has been a really great platform. Like even Joker was in here before, and he's got a really good show that he has, and I know he's involved in a few different shows with Thoro and some of those other guys that are killing it, on YouTube. And so yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of like I certainly I'm all for buying on YouTube too, because it's just like the people, and it's just something different about buying from the community versus buying from a stranger on eBay, who you don't know who they are, you don't know what their MO is or what their goal is. So sometimes you can run into some bad. Sometimes again, like I said, I've seen some bad packaging, and some people are honest, and then they're just not good at packing. It's not it's just like at least with Instagram or YouTube, you can message them and say, hey, just want to double check. How are you packing this thing? Do you mind throwing in some extra cardboard, things like that? The communication is just much better. Whereas eBay, I mean, you're essentially emailing back and forth, and I don't know, it can just be a little slower. Hialeah says he's ready. Good, man. Yeah, like I said, me and Hialeah, we're gonna be chatting in at 2:00, so less than an hour over there on Instagram. So if you guys don't follow me or him on Instagram, follow us, and you'll get the notification when we go live. Your X-Men collection is very impressive for being new, as you say, North Garden, yeah, man. So that's a great point. So I've talked about this a few times recently, but I've definitely got lucky with a couple of recent raffles that had to do with some X-Men, where I hit an X-Men 12 and I hit an X-Men #1 signed by Stan Lee. So the raffle gods have been good for me recently, and so that's kind of what's helped boost my my X-Men collection as being new or whatever. So yeah, man. But that's a good call, man. It's for me, yeah. I taking a step back and kind of thinking about that, knowing that I'm only a few months into really diving into X-Men stuff, and it's like, wait, so you have an X-Men 1 already? Like, yeah. But definitely got lucky with that. So I'm grateful for that. Big X-Men fan, working on the whole run. I got about 200 books so far. That is so sick, man. I heard that we were just talking with John's Comics with Kids, and he just completed his run on his goal of what he was collecting, like the first 300 or 94 to 300, I think was his. And that's amazing. You have about 200. That's incredible. I would certainly love to be there with you at some point. Definitely taking it a little slower. Excuse me. So I'm starting out trying to collect 94 through 143, going that route. And then from there, I mean, I'm a huge John Byrne fan, and I love his work. So I wanted to start with that, start collecting that stuff, go from there, and then see where it goes. Obviously would like to collect, up to 300 would be ideal. I was just looking at some covers from Southern Comic Geek. He was just posting some X-Men stuff he picked up, and looking at some of the covers from like issue 400s through the 500s. There's some amazing, I mean, Terry Dodson stuff, those late 500s, some beautiful artwork there. I would love to even own some of that X-Men stuff. I know that's not Claremont, but still wouldn't mind. I mean, it's a lot of that's fairly cheap right now, so I wouldn't mind, eventually going through the dollar bins and collecting that. I'm trying not to be a run kind of guy collecting runs, but there are a few that I certainly would love to own a majority of. The Amazing Spider-Man, the Todd McFarlane stuff. I have all that now, 298 through 328, and then I have John Byrne's Fantastic Four. I have that whole collection I just finished. So there are some that I definitely like to own the whole thing. Sorry about this. Jumping to the man. I'm so thank you guys so much for just hanging. I mean, I really it means a lot. You guys are just in here right now. 10 people is so cool, man. I really I appreciate each one of you guys. It's literally my first one being on here. I really thought I was going to Steven Glansberg it. Really. I don't like live auctions probably because they never go at times I'm able to pay enough attention. Yeah, that's fair. Backseat. Look, I mean, we all have our lives going on, and sometimes you can get lucky and find like a show that's convenient for you, for your schedule and time. And if not, I mean, but look, there's always deals out there. Whether it's live auctions or it's a claim sale, people posting, or if it's just going to your local comic shop. So don't feel like you're missing out, man. There's always great stuff. Make sure for Instagram to ask at least for three other people who have bought from the buyer. Yeah, Max, it's a good way to go about it. And I guess you could say it's kind of the similar for YouTube is when you're messing with the community, the comic book community. If you just check with who's buying or who bought from them. I mean, certainly, I actually did a video on that recently, kind of talking about how to protect yourself when it comes to buying online, whether it is through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or something like eBay. Kind of what are some of the questions you should be asking, and that was one of them, was to say, check with other people, ask about what's the word, testimonials, what other reviews, other people that can kind of back you up and say, yeah, I bought from this person and they're really good. Joker, appreciate the support. Yeah, man, absolutely, dude. You guys are killing it. I love the engagement that you guys do in there. Even for those who aren't necessarily participating in purchasing or bidding, I feel like you guys are just some genuine guys, easy to talk to, very knowledgeable about comics, and you make it fun. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And even if you're not buying something necessarily, I mean, like I said, I technically have not purchased anything from your auctions yet. But certainly, like to hang out there. Great to see the community. Again, another place to just have people come in and hang out, which is really cool. Sorry, guys, getting through the comments here. I keep telling stories. Evan, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. What's the next Grail book you're shooting for if you had the chance? So the next one is probably Giant Size X-Men. It's either Giant Size X-Men or Daredevil 1. Are definitely kind of the dream books. Like, I don't know if I can put it as the next Grail, because at the end of the day, if I find an opportunity such as this, I'm going to go for it. So I don't always necessarily put a certain time or a certain I guess next step or next goal, next Grail type thing. But I definitely, if I see a deal, I'll try to go for it. But yeah, I mean, I would like to save up and get a Giant Size X-Men 1, ideally next, if it comes along, if the right one comes along. And even that, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do between the two. The grade wise. North Garden, good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Good luck with the live show. Yeah, man. Definitely. Like I said, me and Hialeah, we're going to do that in about 40 minutes or so. So North Garden, yeah, catch the replay if you can. I appreciate you hanging out here, man. I really do. Check out North Garden, guys, by the way, if you're not already subbed up. North Garden has some great unboxings and some other videos that he's been putting up there. So, definitely some good stuff there. So yeah, man. So just wanted to show this off. No doubt. Yeah. Yeah, man, those are the goals. Like I said, I'm trying to decide on like the grade and stuff. Like I said, even for this, it's like, I want to get this in a 9.8, but this was a good deal for a 9.6. So I'm going to pull the trigger. And then, I've always heard of guys, how they upgrade, how they, start low, buy a certain copy of a book. And then over time, as you save up, or as you are in a position where you can upgrade, or you come across a better deal, that kind of allows you to upgrade to that better deal. And then you could sell that lower book if that's part of your plan. So I certainly wouldn't need to own 2 copies of this for myself. Although I mean that's always nice, but yeah, I mean ideally a 9.8 would be more of the goal for me for this particular book. It's not really a priority, but like I said, if something shows up, if a deal shows up, and you can grab it when you can grab it, then I mean I think it's worth jumping on. I mean, look, even if I need to turn around and move this, I know it's going to go to a good home, and I know that it's it's going to be I'll be able to make my money back, maybe more, at some point. So though it's always good to just kind of know that at least whatever comics you're buying, for the most part, the bigger the grails, the keys, things like that, at least they have some sort of return on investment, or at least return, right, and at least get some sort of your money back if you ever needed to, God forbid for emergencies or if life hits, I'm not really one to sell a lot of books in general. I like to keep a majority of at least my grails and things that mean something to me. If I change gears a little bit and shift kind of my goals and stuff, sometimes certain books don't mean as much to me anymore, and maybe that's when I'll start to sell stuff. Max is doing his first auction bin soon. Any advice, Max, dude? So yeah, man. Where are you doing it, on YouTube? Are you doing it on Instagram? Where are you doing your auction stuff? I mean, I assume you're talking YouTube here. I mean, some of the basic stuff, make sure that you have your books ready. I see some guys kind of not prepared in that sense. So it's always good to have your books in order, kind of what you want to have. Maybe have a listing of the shipping details. People are always coming in randomly and asking, how much is shipping. So maybe have that on the side, or have that in the comment section below somewhere, or something like that, where you can put it up. Have your Instagram. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So Instagram, you can actually leave a comment and leave your PayPal information. You can even put 1 to 8 books is $8, and 9 to 20 books is 15, or whatever. You can put all that information in a comment, and then you can pin the comment. So I would say do that, because you're going to get a lot of people that ask you on Instagram, hey, how much is this? How much is that? If it's your first auction, I don't know your following per se, but I always would recommend, if you're doing it for the first time, to take it slower. Maybe don't put as many key books up right away. Wait for the room to get a little busier. I have seen guys who do auctions who might not have the biggest following, and they kind of get screwed with some of that stuff. Like they don't have enough people to bid high enough on some of the auctions, where the seller kind of gets screwed in that sense. So, it really depends. I mean, obviously you can set where your auction starts, and if you're comfortable with that, then that's fine too. But if you're looking to just start it at $1 and hope that it goes up from there, you definitely want to make sure you have kind of a good room full of people. So, so from that, to fix that, you just do it a lot. And by that, I mean, just, start showing up, start doing auctions all the time. I mean, I've seen some people who have really made a name for themselves on Instagram from doing auctions that otherwise really were just getting started with Instagram, or they're just getting into the community, things like that. But now, they kind of be recognized as like someone to find deals and to go to auctions for. So it certainly can help. Baxi, good to see you, man. Thank you. And yeah, catch the replay. If you can catch that later, I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out, man. What's up, Stay Puff? Good to see you. So yeah, Max, that's kind of at least some general advice, when it comes to that stuff. Obviously protect yourself and talk about, they can do friends and family, or if they want to pay 3% more, they can do goods and services for PayPal. I don't know how new you are to just selling online in general or not, but those are some things that you want to kind of protect yourself on when it comes to that stuff. So, so definitely keep that in mind too. And then the bin stuff, kind of clarify that if someone bins something, tell them that that's the, or go by your screen, like explain, because there's a lot of lag. So tell everybody, like, look, if I say bin 5 for a certain book, and you get 10 people writing the word bin 5, explain that, look, I have to take the one I see first on my screen. And that's just genuinely how it is. I know a lot of people just can kind of bother, because again, it's the lag. At the end of the day, it's the lag. So you have to get used to that. But yeah, so that's another good thing to consider when you're doing your auctions is kind of explaining that, so no one gets annoyed. Or, I mean, the regulars should know by now that that's the deal if they're writing bin. But anyways, that's for bins. And then yeah, auctions. Yeah, man, let me know, Max, if you're doing it. I would love to chime in or check it out at some point. So anyways, this was really cool, guys. I really appreciate it. Had up to 10 people in here on my first live stream, which was really, really dope. I appreciate you guys kind of swinging by. Just, opening this up. Like I said, I got this from Elite Comics. It's a 9.6, got it for a really nice deal. So definitely happy to have that in the PC. Eventually we'll upgrade at some point, ideally. And would like the newsstand. If I can get the newsstand, that would be great as well. Yeah, guys, like I said, just, at 2 o'clock, literally half hour from now, guys, if you can, check it out. I'm going to be going live on Instagram, and I'm going to be interviewing Hialeah Comic Bro. I have this new show. It's called Comic Collector Origins, where I interview people, where we talk about the origins of how you got into comic books, your first appearance of picking up a comic book for the first time, or going to a Comic-Con for the first time. It's really to highlight the community one by one and have people share. So last week I had Ex-Illusionary Comics on. Today at 2 I will have Hialeah Comic Bro. Joker, bro, thank you, man. I really appreciate you stopping by. I really appreciate the support, man. Like I said, yeah, guys, Instagram 2 o'clock if you guys can swing by. Assuming I'll have a voice by then, because I've been doing a lot of talking this morning. Hi, Leah. Yeah, man, be well, and certainly we'll see you soon as well. And hey, I'll be doing more of these for sure. Like I said, got some plans with John's Comics for Kids coming up, and some other things. So drop the link to IG in the chat. Yeah, good. Good call. Good call. Let me see if I can. That's another thing I got to get used to, dropping the link like that, man. I'm learning. So let's see. It's Instagram.com /NoGoodComics. And I think I just spelled that right. Instagram, No Good Comics. So yeah, comics for all people. There you go. Essentially that's my Instagram account. I'll add that. I should add that to my every description of my YouTube stuff too. But anyways, if you follow me there, there's an option where you can turn a little notification bell on in Instagram, similar to YouTube. So if you turn that notification bell on, if you hit like the follow button again, I think there's a drop down on my page. If you're looking at, you follow me and then you follow the drop down, and it'll say that you can update or get notified every time someone goes live or someone posts things like that. So, but anyways, 2 o'clock, we will start sharp. And then go from there. And like I said, Hialeah Comic Bro is going to be my guest, so I'm really excited. If you guys want to learn a little more about him and a little bit more of his background on getting into comics, that's what we're going to touch on. So yeah, there's the link in the chat. Again, thank you guys so much. Anyone watching the replay, thank you for taking the time to watch it. I really appreciate that. And yeah, so I'm going to hang this up for now, and I will talk to you guys in the chats. Thanks again for stopping by.